Jace Tunnell here. Today we're going to be talking to you about sea beans. And I've been getting a lot of people saying, hey, you know, you find all these sea beans and randomly post them on Fridays and label them and everything. Why don't you make a video out of it? And I thought, that's a pretty good idea. And so normally I don't keep stuff on the beach. I'll find it, I take photos, I leave it. But today, or actually the last couple of weeks, I knew I was gonna make this video. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and keep everything I find. So all of this is just within the last couple of weeks. And so, you know, typically when we find the most amount of sea beans is when we have like a bunch of sargassum washing in. And with the time of videoing this, you know, we've got sargassum coming in. And so let me get into it. And some of these fell over here. Ugh. Okay, coconuts. There's a couple of different kind of what we call coconuts. One is the regular coconut you find. This is the seed that goes into this. And these are gonna be the largest, I don't know if you can call them sea bean, I guess it could be, but this would be kind of the largest that you'd find is the regular coconut and then the seed that goes inside of it. If you wanna consider that a sea bean, here's another one that's real old that washed up. Okay, so the other sea coconut, or the one that's called a sea coconut, are these. And so this one still has the husk on it. Normally what you find is you'll find them individual like this, but they can have a husk that's on it, and it could be 2 or it could be 3. And so I'll put a photo up to be able to show that. But they come from palms down in like South America that they actually make thatched roofs with. Real interesting stories with these. And actually I'm writing an article for the newspaper just about these sea coconuts because of how interesting they are and the uses of the palm leaves that they have. So look out for that. One that we don't find that often is a box fruit. It's pretty good size as well. It's real distinct, and it's got, you know, kind of this cross on the top of it. But that's a pretty interesting one. I probably only found 5 or 6 of these over the years, or maybe since I've been looking for them. So you might be asking, what is a sea bean? So a sea bean is really any seed that falls off of a plant, gets into the ocean currents, and then washes up on a beach. Boom, automatically you got a sea bean. Now, Starnut Palms are from, Starnut Palm sea beans are from the Starnut Palm. But they come in various shapes and sizes. So here's long and linear, you know, short and fat. They have little holes at the very top of them. And they're pretty hard, they're real hardy. Not like some of these where you could just break into them. So some of the basic ones you'll find, you know, the sea walnut. This one has medium size kind of ribs on it. A lot of detail. You know, some of these sea beans you think, oh, it just looks like a seed, but this one actually, you know, it's got some definition to it. Water hickory, kind of looks like a teardrop shape, you know, with a point at the end of it. Of course, red mangrove seeds. I don't really categorize those as, you know, sea beans, but I guess they could be. Black mangrove seed. One of the most common ones we find are sea hearts. So I got quite a few of these here. I've found a whole bunch of them. I mean, like today, this would be the most common one I find, but this one actually looks like a heart. That's pretty cool. Quite a few Mary's beans. Now, Mary's beans are supposed to be good luck. So anytime I do keep these, you know, I could take all the good luck. Anytime something's gonna say that it's gonna give me good luck, I'm picking it up. You're supposed to be able to rub it. Definitely for pregnant women is the folklore. For hemorrhoids, you know, for all kinds of stuff, for good luck is what these are. But, you know, hey, I'll take it, even though it's a little odd. One that I don't find that often, and it doesn't really stand out to you if you see it, are these Jamaican navel spurge sea beans. and they have an odd look. It's like you think it's going to be round when you pick it up, and then you pick it up and turn it over, and it's almost like a triangle on here. But it's interesting, and sometimes you'll find them like this one. This one has the seed. Actually, I'm going to break it open and see what it looks like here, because it's cracked already. Ooh, this looks like, I guess it was rotten and then dried up, but it was the seed that was inside of there. Interesting. The candle sea bean looks very similar to the sea walnut, but it is a little different. Brown knickernut. We also find gray ones like this that are gray knickernuts. They can be real pretty when they wash up. Sea purse. Now this one looks very familiar, similar to the hamburger bean, but the sea purse has a thinner line right here, and this one's actually modeled. Beautiful look. I mean, people make jewelry out of these things. That's pretty cool. Now the hamburger bean, I always like to tell students and stuff, like whenever I go into schools, you know, what's this look like? And they say hamburger. It's like, because it looks like an actual hamburger. La, la, la. Yummy. This is another one that's fun to take into schools. Kids always say it looks like a brain, and it does. It's called it's from a brain fruit tree called a monkey's brain, a Donovan's brain, brain fruit sea bean. You know, those are some of the names, but if you shake it, you can hear, let's see, by the microphone, you can hear it in there, and it actually looks like a peanut inside of there. I've actually cut this open before, and it looks like a big peanut in there. Now, I wouldn't try to eat it though. One of my favorite sea beans of all time has got to be the Foxtail Palms sea bean. And this thing looks like it was man-made in a machine. I mean, it's just got some crazy detail to it, weaves. I've seen, I found a couple of these, so I always keep those when I find them, all two of them. Here's the red hamburger bean. This one, it looks just like the other normal hamburger bean that we had here, but it's got a redder look to it. And what else we got? A black Mucuna. So this one's real thin. Kind of looks like a hamburger bean, but it's all black and it's like smushed. Black Mucuna. And then prickly sea bean. This one's really neat in that it's got 3 holes on the outside of it, and all of them have that, and they're evenly spaced around the seed. Just real cool sea bean. Okay, so hopefully you learned more about some of the sea beans that we have washing up here on the Texas coast, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.